Happy end of the weekend. We're getting started on a Monday. Way to be here. We are going to need some water. Grab your water bottle. As far as equipment goes today, we're going to do a leg day today. If you have a PVC pipe or a barbell or a broomstick or something that's a stick that's straight, would be beneficial, not necessary, but I'm going to show you a couple cues that might help you figure out the hinge better. If you have a med ball, grab your med ball. If you don't have a med ball, you could just use some dumbbells or yoga ball. And mini bands, the circle loops, small ones, and some dumbbells. That's what you're going to need as far as equipment today. And then you're going to start your watch, turn it on, some circuit training, something, body weight, movement. And besides that, Coach Jensen, getting to it. Gonna do it on a Monday. We're gonna do a little bit of a different warm-up today than we have been doing to help figure out some motions. I really like this one for beginners. Great warm-up. We're gonna start, you're gonna go hands behind your head, and then you're going to go into a squat. So here, feet about hip width apart. So hands behind my head, I'm going to squat, then I'm going to hinge. So from this position, I'm going to drive my hips up. I don't want to lock out my knees, but they're still straight, so I'm not locking out. This is lock out, and that's really as far back as you can get them. Still straight though, so slight bend in the knees. Then I'm going to squat again, my chest is tall, and stand up, okay? So I'm going to repeat those. My hands are behind my head, I'm going to stay nice and tall through my chest. I'm going to squat, then I'm going to hinge, lift my hips, butt up, stretch through my hamstrings, especially early in the morning. I'm going to drop down back into a squat position, and then stand up. Okay, ready? Doing about 5 of those. We're going to squat, we're going to hinge, push the hips up, drop, squat, stand all the way up. That's 1. So stay nice and tall through your squat. Then chest is facing the floor. Push your butt up into the air. Hinge. Then I'm going to squat. Chest is forward. Standing up. That's 2. So stay nice and tall through the chest. Push through the heels. Butt into the air. Hinge. Stretch through the hamstrings. Squat back down. Chest is forward. Stand up. That's 3. So from the front, feet hip width apart. I'm going to squat, stay nice and tall. When I hinge, my chest goes towards the floor. I push my hips, butt in the air. Squat back down, facing forward. Stand up, that's 4. 1 more. Stay nice and tall, squat. Push hips, butt up. Hinge. Squat, chest forward. Stand up. Okay, then you're going to do a Cossack squat. Just going as far as you feel comfortable. So we're going to step wide like you're lunging. Then my straight leg, my toes are going to point to the ceiling, and I'm going to push my hips, butt back behind me. The goal is to be able to sink all the way down without falling over. So my heel, think heel to butt. So I'm here, and then I stand back up, and then I do that same thing on the other side. So this leg is now straight. I'm going to twist, toes face the ceiling, face up, twisting, push my hips, butt back. This one's not as strong or as flexible, so my heel is off the floor on that one. But I'm going side to side. So I think toes are forward. I'm going to push from the side, toes forward. I'm going to push my hips, butt back towards my heels. Then I could go toes pointed up, and I'm trying to be able to get to all the way down to the bottom. So my heel's on the floor, my butt's off the floor, and then I stand up, almost like a single leg squat. Then we do that same thing on the other side. So I think toes forward. You could just leave toes on the floor, pushing hips, butt back, and just sinking down into it. I like to go deep, so then you're going to go toes up with that straight leg, and you're going to get as slow as you can, and then push up through that front leg, and you're just alternating. Doing a couple of those on each side. So pushing my hips, butt back behind me. This is our athletic position. My hinge, I want to reach back. So I'm not here, knees forward. I don't stay tall, tall through the chest. I want to push my hips, butt back behind me, and then sink back into it. So my chest is over my toes, okay? So I go, I don't remember what side I'm on. So sinking towards the side, bring those toes up, sink down into it, push up. Just go as low as you can. If you're just right here, pushing the hips back, lunging side to side, that's totally fine. Push the hips back and stand back up. You're gonna feel that activate through the quad. Pushing the hips back, stand back up, great. So it depends on how flexible you are, it depends on how strong you are. We're sinking down into it. Notice the difference on each side. This side, right side, is not nearly as good as my left side. My flexibility is not as flexible, and my strength is not as good. So I'm gonna do another on that side. So straight leg, sink down into it, push them back up. Okay, sink, toes face the ceiling, sink down into it, push it back up. Switch sides. Okay, so if you're just going side to side, you're just gonna get a stretch, pushing the hips back behind you, feeling good. Okay, then we're gonna do, it's called a hang squat, similar to what we just did at the beginning, but instead of squatting first, we're gonna hinge first. So if you go hands behind your head, first motion is a hinge into a squat. So I'm here, I'm gonna hinge, I'm gonna push my hips butt back behind me till I feel that stretch through my hamstrings, and then I squat, then I go back to my hinge position. Now I drive through my hips, drive forward to stand myself up. So it's a hinge, squat, hinge. So from the front, you're gonna think pushing my hips, butt to the wall, reach with your butt to the wall until my chest is over the floor. Then I'm going to squat. When I squat, my chest faces forward. Then I'm gonna go back to my hinge position. When my chest is gonna face the floor again, my butt's up. Now I'm gonna use my hips, butt, lower abs to stand up straight, okay? So this is our hang squat. If you go hands behind your head, I'm gonna hinge first, push hips butt back behind me, feel that stretch of the hamstrings. Notice I'm not locked out through the knees, ow, slight bend in the knees, they're still straight though. Hang, and then I bend, drop my butt, chest is tall, my squat, and then I lean chest over. This is my hinge. Now I use my hips, my glutes, my core to stand up, staying tall. So nice and tight through the abs. Then we go again. Hinge, squat, chest forward, hinge, chest faces down, drive up through those hips, nice and tight core. Go again. Hinge, stretch the hamstrings, squat, chest forward, hinge, chest over, drive through and up. 2 more of those. Hinge, squat, forward, hinge, push the hips, knees go back on that hinge, drive up to standing. 1 more. So legs are straight, my hips drive back behind me. I sit down into it like a squat, my chest is forward. Now I think pushing my knees back, push my knees back, push my knees back, push my knees back, so my chest is over the floor, and then I drive through my hips. Stretching out, ooh, warming up the hips. Okay, then we're back to Cossack squats. So we're gonna go to each side. So if you're like, not there yet, just push your hips back until you're like, ooh, that hurts. My quad's on fire. I can feel that stretch. I'm feeling it through my adductors and that straight leg. Totally fine. And then you're gonna go to the other side, push the hips butt back, stretch them through the adductors, and you're just doing it like a lunge skater, going side to side. So just as deep as you can. Now if you're feeling great, you can go all the way. So we're reaching, sinking, butt, hips back behind you, trying to think heel to butt, toes up, and then stand back up, and then go the other side. Reaching, hips, butt back behind you, sink into it. Really gotta push through the toes on that one. Hips, toes up, sink down, go to standing, and then switch to the other side. Toes face up, lean into it. Okay. That's where I have to work on my flexibility. Okay, grab a drink. That's our warm up. Hopefully your heart's beating. I'm out of breath. Okay, we are going to start with your dumbbell. If you're at a gym, you can use a plate one of the plates that you put on the barbell, but using a dumbbell or a plate, and your mini bands. So, getting ambitious. We're gonna start the medium mini band. So mini bands can go around your knees. You can either go above or below, doesn't matter. Right, bam. Feel good. Okay. Then I'm gonna take my dumbbell. If I don't have a plate, I'm gonna hold it on the side. So if you have a plate, you just hold the side of a giant circle plate. Go lighter. Dumbbell, hold the sides of it. Either way is fine. And then we're going to do squats with your mini band around your knees. So my plate is going to be out in front. This is going to activate more core muscles as you squat. Helps you stay nice and tall in the chest. Work your back a little bit. So I'm going to go. You don't have to lock them out, but they're still straight with your arms. And then we're going to squat. So I put the mini band around my knees to tell my brain to open up through my knees. We want tension on that mini band as we're coming down. So my knees, my hands are out in front of me. I open up through my knees, and then I sit butt back just till I'm standing. Just till my quads are parallel to the floor, and then I stand up. So if I'm here, open up through the knees, push my hips butt back till my quads are parallel to the floor, and then I stand back up. Okay, we're gonna do 10 of those. Ready? Set. Get the hair out of the face. Go. Open up the knees. Try back up. 1. Push my hips butt back. I stay nice and tall through my chest. 3. Driving the knees out. 4. 5. I'm feeling this more in my shoulders than my core, which pretty much tells me my shoulders are weaker than my core, okay? Which is accurate. 7, 8, 9, popping like a Rice Krispie treat in the morning. 10. Okay, then we're gonna do a single leg banded hamstring curl. So I'll show you how to do it with a mini band first, and then a different with a regular band next. So mini band, we're going to twist it like a figure 8, and you're going to go around the ankle of one foot and on the top of the other foot. So top of one foot, ankle of the other foot. Now I have to remember how to do this. Lay on your stomach. Okay. So the one with the band on top of the foot, that's gonna stay, that's the straight leg. That stays down. The one with the band on the ankle is the one that you're gonna pull up, coming through. Okay, we're gonna go 10 on each leg. So bottom of the foot band stays on the floor, and then I squeeze heel to my butt, coming back down. So I'm activating one hamstring at a time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through that hamstring, my back of the leg. Activating, squeeze, coming back down. We got 10 of these. Ready? Here we go. 1, one leg straight. 2, 3, activating through that hamstring. 4, 5, oh boy, get comfy. 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. Ooh, 10. Okay, now we're gonna switch. So now we're gonna go bottom of the foot on one side, ankle on the other side. A small shift. So you can see that it's like a figure 8. Top of the foot on one side, around the ankle on the other side. I'm gonna switch sides. So my leg that just curled stayed straight, and I curl my other leg. Here we go. 1, 2, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the hamstring. 3, back of the leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. 10. Okay. Okay, then we're back to the beginning. No, we need that. Grab your mini band. Goes around your knees. I need a little sip of water. My throat was so dry. Okay. Remember, grab your plate, grab your dumbbell. If this is too light, grab a heavier dumbbell. See, If you can hold it out in front of you. Ready? We got plate squats. So my plate or my dumbbell is out in front. Open up through the knees as you sink down into it. Here we go. Driving out with the knees. 1. Stay really tall through the chest. 2. Open up. 3. 4. You want to think toes smash down into the floor. So keep the toes like a gas pedal pushing down on with your toes. So top of the fingers, think that's my toe. I'm pressing into the floor at my ankle, pushing into the floor with my ankle, okay? And I'm cutting off your reps. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as you press down on your ankle, you might need to shift a little more forward through the chest or a little farther back, hips back behind you, depending on the balance. We want you to feel that press through the ankle, but we don't want to be so far back in our heels like this that my toes are coming off of the floor when I go to press. So that would mean I need to shift just a little bit forward so that I can pretty much feel my weight even between my toes and my heel. So see slight movements. When you come down, we want to be right in the middle. So that repetition, you're trying to find that balance between the front of your foot and the back of your foot to have a really good squat. Okay, I think that was 10. And that, where you are in space, whether you're slightly more forward or slightly back, if you have a barbell, it's going to change a little bit because now my weight's on my back. With my plate in front, my dumbbell, my weight in front, I'm going to have to shift a little bit because my weight is in front, or with a front squat. So just be aware of that change. And then we got hamstring curls. If you have the little door doohickey, here we go, like a circle band or a straight band, you might have to tie it. This thingy that connects to the door, this goes in the door. You can put your band through the loop, and I'm actually going to try it double because it's going to be harder. So you could like put one side then the other and then pull, but I'm going to have it just be straight. So I'm going to put my ankle through here. This is going to be the door. So okay, so I'm still lay on my stomach. My ankle goes, the band goes around my ankle. Goes on the top of my ankle. Let's see. I'm gonna have to lower it. Needs to be lower so it doesn't fall off my ankle. Okay. Check, make sure it's secured in the door. Don't get whipped in the booty. Okay, so I'm just doing one leg. I'm gonna crawl out. So I'm gonna curl, squeeze, same thing, squeezing through the top, or the back of the leg, hamstring, and then coming back down. So 1, 2, got 10 on each side. 3, squeeze, 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 squeeze. 4, 5, 6, get the hamstring, squeeze. 7, 8, 9, one more. 10. And then switch sides. You can magical and do it with your foot. Profesh. Okay, hands on the ankle, or just reach back there. Here we go. Ooh, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. You just need so you lose tension. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as far back as you can go, tension, and then relax so you lose tension. 4, 5, squeeze. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, ow. Okay. See, that was a little harder than the mini band. I did have a medium mini band, so I could go up to heavier mini band. Okay, one more set. And maybe I will try that for heavy mini band around the knees for my squats. Okay. Grab your dumbbell. Grab a heavier dumbbell if you weren't phased by the dumbbell last time. Ready? Open up through the knees. Get some tension. Get set. Go. So, oh yeah, feeling that in my glutes. Gas pedal your foot. 1, 2. Nice spread toes. Tip of the toes. Smash to the floor. 3. Oh, turn on the glutes. When you go up in Miniband, the knee has to pull harder out. That activates more glute muscle. 5, which is what I need. My glutes are weak. 7, 8, 9, open up. 10. Okay, and I'm gonna try the hamstring curls again. So if you're using a Miniband, you're gonna twist it, figure 8, and then top of the foot goes in one side, ankle goes in the other. Ready? Hamstring curls. Banded. Goes around the ankle, and then crawl forward. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, back of the hamstring. 6, 7, 8, everything you got. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 9, 10, magic switch. Ankle on the other leg. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 2 easy. 3, there we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, grab a sip of water. That's our first set of, in our workout, we got one more. It's a superset, so 2 exercises in one set. Catch your breath. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay. On this next one is where you're going to need your PVC pipe if you have it, your broomstick, whatever you have that's straight, curtain rod, I don't know. If you have a barbell, great, grab your barbell, but something that's straight. If you don't have anything, you could grab a band. So that same thing we just did hamstring curls with. You could also use this for the exercise. PVC pipe is just to help you get the hinge. And that second one. So, we're gonna do some lateral steps. I'm still gonna go heavy band around my ankles or knees. You could go ankles, it's harder around ankles. I'm gonna go knees. Heavy band around my knees. Do some dance. Ready? You need PVC pipe or your band. And I'm gonna show you what we're doing. We're gonna do an overhead squat position with lateral steps. So pretend this is my barbell, even though it's a PVC pipe. This is where your beginners start. You're gonna go diagonally back with your barbell. So, okay, see my angle. I don't want it over my head, and I don't want it way back in front of behind me. Like my arms are at 90-degree angle with my head. So this is completely straight, 90 degrees. I want 45. So right in between there, think diagonally up and back. That's the position I want to lock out with my arms. So diagonally back behind me. I was gonna tell you something else and I forgot, but don't want here, diagonally back. If I'm holding instead of my PVC pipe, I hold the band, that's totally fine. Then I'm gonna go side to side, stepping. So holding this position with my arms, I'm going to hinge, push my hips back behind me. So I'm here, athletic position, and now I'm doing that same thing we've done before, where I drive from the back leg to push off of this foot. I push, and then I control the instep. Push, control the instep. I don't want to step and then come together. Step out, come together. I want to drive from this back hip. So I'm driving from this back hip, pushing my shoulder, my hip, my foot, all in one push, and then I control the instep, okay? So I have my band overhead. This is my overhead squat position, or barbell, if you're feeling the act, or if you have a barbell, light barbell. Push my hips, butt back. I'm gonna drive from that outside leg, step. Push from the outside leg, control the instep. Step, control, step, control. I've reached the end, so I'm gonna go back. So now I'm pushing from this hip, I push, everything stays, shoulder, hip, ankle is in a straight line, and then I control my instep. So I'm overhead position, step, control, step. I reach the window, going back, step, control, step, control. My hips, my butt stays back behind me the whole time. Feeling that in my glutes. My shoulders might be warming up, especially if you are holding a heavy dumbbell. You want to lock out through the shoulders. Push, control. Push off my foot, control. Okay, I'm gonna go one more time. Feeling that in my hips. Oh yeah, oh my. And go back. So this, oh, okay, hold on. Done. Goodness gracious. Okay, you can lose your dip. Miniband if you want. This is to help us get in an overhead squat position. So when I'm reach back behind me, stretching through here, with a barbell, that's the same position when I do an overhead squat here, and I have to balance. So if you're doing it with a band, we're just trying to work the strength and flexibility of the shoulders. Okay, second exercise for our superset is going to be RDLs. So this is another really beneficial advantage of having a PVC pipe or a broomstick or curtain rod, something that's a straight line. It's for my hinge if you're having a hard time getting it. If you put the PVC on your head and then it touches the middle of your back here and then it touches your butt, you want to think staying nice and tall, like big deep breath through your chest, stay nice and tall. My feet are hip width apart, and then I'm going to lean forward. So as I lean forward, if I start to round my back, I'm going to lose that connection on my butt. Or if I lose it, if I'm touching it on my butt and my back, but I lose it on my head. Okay? Or if I'm too rounded through my stomach, my belly out, notice there's no connection. Move this. No connection here in the middle of my back for that PVC pipe. So I know I'm too belly out there, and I need to suck my belly in until I find that connection. So this is a head, back, butt. It gives your brain something to think about if you're having a hard time getting that RDL. So if I could glue those three spots, head, back, butt, and then I'm leaning into it, pushing my hips, butt back, and say I start to round, that means I need to suck my hips. So all this motion comes from my hip, like a cat-cow, butt out, butt tucked under, butt out, butt tucked under. You have to find that spot where your hips are stable the whole time. So as you lean forward here, so I'm nice and tight through my core, I find those three connection points, I'm nice and flexed through my core, everything's nice and straight. So as I lean forward, I'm still straight with my back. I'm not too rounded through my butt, and I'm not too arched through my belly, or I lose those three connection spots. So that's what's really beneficial with the PVC pipe. Okay, so we're gonna do, just with the PVC pipe for the RDL, we're gonna do 10 of these. And you're trying to keep the head, the back, and the butt glued to your broomstick, okay? Whatever you have that straight curtain rod. So I'm leaning into it. Stretch, one, go again, stretch. So find the space, help your brain figure out where your body is in space. Kind of want to push your toes down. More weight is going to be into your heel than your toes. As you're shifting hips, butt back behind you, you're going to feel that weight through your heels. But my legs, my knees are staying somewhat straight. I don't want to bend them. That's a different move. So hinge. I don't bend my knees, but they're not locked out straight. They're slightly bent. Stretch through my hamstrings, coming back up. Stretch. So I want to think my hips are being pulled behind me. Not too far. Stretch through the back of the leg, and then stand back up, and then you go again. Hinge, stretch through the back of the leg, and then drive my hips back up. And go again. Okay, I think that's 10. And then we're back to our overhead squats with the band. Feeling in the glutes. So grab your band. Oh, I was using a heavy band above your knees. Okay. Here's a fun fact. Home gym equipment, if you get a PVC pipe that's thicker than the one I have, this one's super thin, like I don't know, half inch of diameter, really little tiny. If you get a thicker one, you can put water in it and then glue caps on the end so the water doesn't leak. So you're not gonna feel it completely full, you want it almost full, but so that you kind of have some imbalance here side to side, so that when you are overhead with that PVC pipe and that water sloshing around, you really have to stabilize through the shoulders. It'll help your core, but it's a way, if you just have a home gym, to have something that goes overhead for shoulder stability. Cheaper than a barbell. Okay, ready? Going side to side. So remember, diagonally back behind you. You want to lock out the arms, holding in that position. Pushing my hips butt back behind me. I'm going side to side. Push, everything, straight line. Shoulder, knee, ankle. Push, control. Push, control. Push, control. I'm going to do like 4 steps. 2, 3, push. Off my back leg. Yeah, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go back to the other side, pushing from my trail leg, my hips, my butt stays back the whole time. If I'm showing you guys here, push, control the instep, push, control the instep. So it's from my back leg now, and I go to the other side, push, control, push, control, push, control. So I'm feeling that through my hips. Right now, there you go, turned on my glutes. Okay, we'll go one more. So lock out through the shoulders, push my hips butt back behind me, and I go again, eat my hair. Okay, done. That was our second set. Okay, RDLs, if you feel good with the PVC pipe on your back, what you can do is, instead of having it on your back, if you feel good there, now we can bring it around to our front. So I'm doing that same motion, pretending the PVC pipe is on my head, middle of my back and my butt, but now it's in front. I don't let this move off of my legs. So I'm holding it to my legs. I don't want it to come out here as I lean forward. No. We want our hips to pull butt back behind us to the wall. PVC pipe touches your legs. So shift, butt back behind, PVC pipe touches my legs till I feel that stretch of the hamstring. So mine just goes right below my knees. And then I drive up through my core, through my butt, okay? We're gonna do 10 of those. So this helps your hinge motion. Here we go. So hips, butt back behind, stretch, driving up through the butt, through the core. 1. Keep the PVC pipe glued to the front of the body, holding it in, straight. Hinge butt back. 3. There we go. You don't need to like pull it into your body, but it should be in a straight line. Hinge, stretch, driving back up through your booty. Hinge, push the hips butt back behind you. Drive up, drive, pulling from hamstring, driving through those glutes. Hinge, keep my feet on the floor, driving up, think through the core muscles. Drive back. 7. Feel that as you stand up through the core. So we're driving the hips up. We stabilize at the top with the core. 8. Push hips butt back. Drive. 9. One more. Push hips butt back. And drive. 10. Okay, those 2 sets. Grab one more drink. Maybe because my throat is dry. One more. And then you need your Miniband on. Okay. Like a little skirt. Here we go. la. Okay, PVC pipe. Good. Okay, PVC pipe diagonally back behind me. This is my overhead squat position. Push my hips, butt back behind me. Driving, control the instep. Drive, control the instep. Your glutes should be turning on. They're tired. 4 steps. 1, 2. Notice, push off of this leg. Control that instep. Go again. Oh, put a hole in our curtains. Yikes. 3. 1 more. 4. Going back. 1. Drive. I'm just going until I feel it in my glute. So if you feel it in your glute before me, you can stop. But I'm trying to get my glutes to turn on as I open up through my knees. I'm pushing off my foot, activating my glutes. Here we go. Say now, it's not built. 1 more. Butt back behind. My shoulders are diagonally back. Working that flexibility yet. Now my knees are starting to collapse inwards because they're tired. 1 more. So we get the glutes to work. Okay. If you're feeling good about your motion, you're watching yourself in the mirror, you're recording yourself, you can just feel hips, butt back. You know how to do a hinge position. I'm not going to use this PVC pipe on the last one. We're going to use some dumbbells. So we're still thinking the PVC pipe's on my head, middle of the back, and my butt. But now I'm holding 2 dumbbells out in front as that PVC pipe, but so it's weighted. And then I'm going to hinge, push my hips, butt back behind me. I stay nice and tall, stretch through those hamstrings, standing back up, nice and tight core. Here we go. Hinge, reach butt back, drive up. 1. Hinge, stretch through the hamstrings. 2, notice my legs don't lock out when I come down. They're slightly bent, but they don't bend. As I come down, I don't want to squat. So this is my hinge, hips, butt back behind me, stretch through my hamstrings. Notice my nice flat back. Drive up through the core, through the butt. The hamstrings are pulling. There we go. Hamstrings pull. 5. Dumbbells don't go way out in front of here. Dumbbells go in a straight line. Straight line down, straight line up. Just my butt is what's moving back and back up. Drive. Think tight through the low abs, through the pelvic floor muscles. Everything stacked up. Nice and tight core. We're braced. So we don't round out here. No, we don't want to do that. We want to stay nice and straight. Tight core. Butt back. Driving back up. So we're staying nice and straight from your head, through the middle of your back, through your butt. Okay, I think that was more than 10. Okay, we just have our core. You can use it to do with some dumbbells. If you have a med ball, that's what you should have. You could do it with a yoga ball. And grab a drink. Okay. So now if you're at a gym, or in your garage probably, and you have a med ball, we're gonna start with, this is our core. We're gonna start with slams. So pretend this is a little bit smaller. I have my med ball, I go up overhead, off my tippy toes, and then I push my hips butt back into a squat position, and I slam it on the floor. I'm not in a gym, and I don't have a med ball. So I'm gonna hold my weights, and I'm not gonna drop them. So I'm just gonna go up overhead, slam them down. Up overhead, slam them down, out in front. So I'm just moving these as if they were my med balls for some weight. I gotta stabilize with my hip. Okay, we're gonna do 10 of those. This is our med ball slam. If you have a med ball, just slam it and catch off the bounce. Ready? Here we go. Butt back, slam, squat, butt back. 2. There we go. You gotta counterbalance your dumbbell. 4, off the toes, out in front. 5, off the toes. 6, stabilize through the core. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then you're gonna go side to side. So with my med ball up overhead, and I'm going to squat, but I'm going to put the med ball right outside my foot is where I slam it. Med ball outside my foot, and then I go up and over to the other side. Slam right outside my foot, up and over, slam right outside my foot. With a med ball, Dumbbells, we're doing the same motion, just don't let go. Okay, ready? Here we go. We're going 10 on each side. Up overhead, 1, up overhead, 1, 2, slam 2, 3, squats, 3, 4, 4, 5. You should be feeling this in your core, in your arms, and in your legs. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 2 more, 9, 10, 10. Okay, brutal, catch your breath. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, then we're gonna, hang on. Nice little hard to go down. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, we're gonna do med ball slams next, but not forward. These are gonna be into the wall. So if you have a med ball, this is my wall. Med ball's at the outside hip, and I'm going to almost like a golf swing. I'm going to shift my weight to my front leg, and I'm going to rotate through my hips to then release the ball. So the ball stays level the whole time as I throw it into the wall. Ball stays down here. I don't use my arms to throw. I use my hips, my core, like I'm swinging a baseball bat, a golf club. So I'm shifting. Weight starts on the outside foot. I really fast shift from the outside to the inside with my weight, and then I release the ball with my hands. So I'm here, I'm gonna shift, and then throw it into the wall and catch it. Bring the weight back, shift, throw it into the wall, catch it. I'm gonna go on each side. I'm doing 10 of those. If you don't have a med ball, we're gonna do that with the dumbbells. So it's the same motion here, and then I'm throwing into the wall. So I'm here. Release, shifting from the back hip to the front hip as I twist through my core, okay? 10 on each side. Ready? Hold my dumbbells. Pretend they're like a med ball. Here we go. 1, back, shift 2. Here, 3, 4. So pretend like you're swinging a baseball bat. Everything comes from this back, a golf club, my obliques, my core. 6, 7. I'm gonna shift that weight, pretend like I'm releasing it into the wall. 8, 9, shift my weight, starts on my outside foot, pretend like you're releasing. 10, and then we go to the same thing on the other side. Ready? So now I'm on my right hip, and I release to my front hip. Shift the weight, throw the weight. 1, 2, through my core. I'm trying to get my obliques. The point of this is to get your obliques to activate. So shift. Throw with your core muscles. Throw the dumbbells with your core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, back, 9, 10. Whew. Okay, then we're gonna do, okay, if you have a med ball, we're doing standing overhead raises. So, med ball, out in front. I'm gonna stand. This is a little bit of shoulder and core. 1, back to the center. 2, back to the center. 3, that's my med ball. So a lot of core up overhead activating, but we're holding our med ball. I'm gonna hold dumbbells because I don't have a med ball. So my dumbbells are going back together. Nice tight core. Lift up overhead. 1, out in front. 2. So I'm gonna feel this in my shoulders, but as that weight comes out in front, then up above. This, we have to stabilize. To hold this out, you're gonna feel more shoulders, but you also have to stabilize through the core, which is why we're doing it. 4, stabilize with the core, lift. 5, 6, 7, got 10 of them. 8, 9, 10, nice. Okay, that's our standing overhead straight arm raises. Then we've got push-ups. If you have a med ball, hands are gonna go on the ball like this. My feet are out, and then you push up chest to the ball and push up. That's the push-up with the med ball. If you don't, we're just going on the floor. Ready? We're doing 10 of them. Stabilize the core. 1. My little arms need some help too on leg day. 3, 4. These are my modified. I'm going down. I'm pushing up like a half pushed up until I can get my legs up till my arms are in a spot. 6. Then I push up. Now I lift my knees. 7, 8, 9. However you can get through push-ups. Okay, then we've got Russian twists with our med balls or our dumbbells. So if this is my med ball. I go touch, right side, lift up and over, touch, left side, right side, left side. Notice my feet are off the floor the whole time. They're suspended. But I don't have a med ball. I'm using dumbbells. Russian twist. Ready? 1, 10 on each side, 2, 3. So I'm leaning back. I don't want to super round out through my back. Think stay nice and tall through the shoulders. Heels off the ground. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Feeling good. Couple extra. Okay, then we got toe touches. Hold your med ball if you've got a med ball. If not, hold dumbbells. Feet are up above you. You're gonna get your scapulas off the ground, your shoulder blades off the ground. So you think holding your med ball, touch your toes, come back down, touch your toes, come back down, ready? Or hold your dumbbells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then last one. You're going to do switches. So if I have my med ball, it goes between my ankles. I lift it, take it with my hands, touch up above my head, put it back in my hands. Everything comes down. So this is 1, tap, 2, tap. If you don't have a med ball, we're gonna try this. I've seen it done. I haven't seen it done barefoot. So you're gonna hold dumbbell, lift, don't let it drop on your face. You can just keep holding it. Or you could hold one dumbbell in your feet and one dumbbell in your hands. Lift, come together, and coming back out. And we can do 5, 2, don't let it go, lightweight. 3, if you don't trust yourself, just hold the dumbbell with your hands and forget your feet. 6, lift. Oh, feel that in my core? Squeeze, lift, squeeze. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's it. Grab a drink. That's our med ball core. And stretching. Last thing, when you need stretched, I'm gonna go world's greatest stretch. You can, if you have another stretch you like, go for it. Push up position, big step forward, dropping my hips so I can hit my hip flexor. Twist, reach up above, and then I'm gonna reach elbow to the mat. Go again, reach, twist, long stretch, reach elbow to the mat. 1 more. Switch sides. Opposite, big reach, twist, elbow to the floor, open up, twist. Okay, then I'm gonna go out in front, wide legs. I'm gonna go 90-90. Oh, I'm actually feeling pretty good there. There's my hip flexors. Side to side, twisting. Then I'm gonna lay on my back, and I'm gonna go ankle on my knee, I'm gonna figure 4 pull towards me. So if you miss that, ankle goes on the knee, pull in, then switch sides, ankle on the knee, pull in, and lay on your side, grab your ankle, stretch, pull back behind you, stretch through your quadriceps. Feeling good. Switch sides, grab your ankle, pull back, stretch through the quad, front of the leg. Do ninja. Here we go. Okay, done. Stop your watch. 50 minutes. Good work. Round of applause. Go get some good protein in you. Breakfast, midnight snack, depending on when you're working out. Happy Monday. We'll see y'all tomorrow.